thank you so much for joining us for our podcast. My name is Jaime Soretta. I'm your host for Jaime's Local Love, the podcast. On this podcast, we celebrate everything local in Arizona, and we are kicking off the 2026 year with one of my favorite hotels. If you love a mid-century modern hotel with good vibes, great food, and dare I say, even iconic space, you will love the Hotel Valley Ho. I want to introduce you to the executive chef over there, Chef Russell LaCasce, and his wife, Simona. Hello, you two.
Hey. How are you?
Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Let's start off with, it's January now.
Right.
You guys did something new this year, the Ho Holidays. What happened there?
Holidays. We were inspired by the fact that Scottsdale doesn't really have that fun event that happens in the city, right? There's stuff up north, obviously with Christmas at the Princess and different things, but it's just something that the pool goes dormant in the winter and just doesn't get used. And it was like, why not do something really fun and different and create some really cool buzz around Scottsdale? So
with a roller rink,
right,
versus the ice rink, which
roller
is also a nod to Arizona or maybe the Valley being a warmer spot.
Something a little different. We have a smaller hotel compared to some others, so it fits so well. It was so much fun though, so much fun.
And Simona, you are a Valley girl. Tell me where you grew up.
Scottsdale, born and raised.
Yeah. And where did you two meet?
Culinary school.
How did this go down? Tell me where you were.
Oh God. Well, I feel like
what school were you at?
Oh, Arizona Culinary Institute.
Right.
I saw him, thought he was cute.
Oh. Clearly.
Talked to his friend.
Same thing.
And then, he told me that he's a golfer, and I laughed because I was young, and I thought that golfing was for old men. I didn't realize it was a young man's sport too.
It was awesome.
So I thought it was funny, but I just talked to his friend.
Right.
Kind of finding out about him.
It was kind of that awkward, look across the thing, and it's oh, you're
Eyes.
cute, interested, and then it, at some point, I can't even remember, to be honest, but we just started hanging out.
No, randomly one night, I got a phone call from a random number, and I don't know what it was, but I just had a feeling it was him. I never gave him my number. It was the friend. And I just knew it was him, and then that was that.
That was that. But it was the love of cooking that brought you guys together.
It was.
Tell me about that for you.
I started to go to ASU. I didn't like it. That wasn't the direction I wanted. And I had always loved cooking. I was cooking in high school just for me, my family. I just loved it, and I wanted to learn more. So I was like, I'm leaving ASU, and I went to culinary school, and I learned how to cook, and I found a husband. Oh. So my mom was thrilled.
I mean, those are great qualities. I know, right? And was it pastry that you were focused on?
I didn't initially start with pastry. I did start a line. I worked at Roaring Fork for my first job. I was doing prep and on the line, and then I was like, I don't like this. I want to go to the pastry side, and so that's where I started. I went to Let Them Eat Cake when that was around. I was doing cakes and cupcakes there, and then I went to Silverleaf Country Club. And Russell was there supporting me the whole way. And then I just kind of didn't really like the culture in the kitchen at that time.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah. And the culture in the kitchen is a very unique thing because I think fast-paced, I think probably sharp words, maybe.
Sharp words is a very good way to put it. It's high energy, it's high paced. You have to really, really love it to be successful and to enjoy it, right?
Well, even love that energy of it.
Right. And you have to thrive in the chaos a little bit and be able to kind of just stay calm and go. And it's changed a lot since young cooks, right? But it's still the same. It's still again, it's a high energy thing. It's all the best restaurants, and I tell this to the cooks a lot is, if you're busy and you're too busy, that's because we're doing something right, right? Like if you're not busy, then we're doing something very wrong, because it's it's a business of the busier you are, the better the better you are.
And I think of very much like the newsroom. You're on deadline. Sometimes you're yelling across the room.
Right.
Do we have that video? We need that video.
10 seconds to
That's
go.
my best friend. I just yelled at. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you have that understanding of we're on deadline. We're trying to plate the food, get it out, hot and ready, and for the people.
And it's timing. I mean, you've got six guys on a line communicating with each other, plus the chef trying to coordinate. And, it's this dish has to go up at the same time as that dish, and then this one's next, and then that's next, and then go, and then fire, and then I got 4 minutes and 3 minutes, and blah, 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 blah. So it's a very, it sounds like like a stock market exchange sometimes when you're in the middle of it. But, when it goes smooth and you get out 300 covers or 500 plates or 1,000 plates, and nothing comes back, and everybody's happy and singing praises. I mean, it's just it's a feeling that you can't describe. It's like, that's why we all do it.
Yeah. And we shouldn't say that Simona wants to shy away from high pressure, because she went on to have 3 young kids and be a flight attendant as well, which I imagine is still very much in the service and hospitality, but high pressure too.
Yes. I do enjoy it more though, because it's, if people are rude to us, I mean, there's protocols that we can take, and I mean, people are. I mean, it's federal, right? So, I can tell people to sit down.
Yeah, I said sit down with a big smile on my face.
Yeah.
I think it's been good for her to have some
time.
She was off for 9 years with the kids, kids and stuff like that, and just to get out of the house and have some adult interaction time, and have something to do besides,
So great.
Well, I know with chefs, you have to be very understanding of the schedule. So with your culinary background, you understand what that means. It means that you are, like with the news, someone once said to me, Jamie, we have to be on when people are home. Like, oh yeah, that's why we're on at 6 a.m. Oh, that's why. And it took me a while to understand that.
So
but
funny.
it clicked, and same with the chefs. I mean, you have to be on when people are
Right.
off and dining.
Right. And, one of the things about the Valley Hill that I love, and, when I went and talked to Ronan, him and I interviewed, and, we were just getting ready to have kids, right? Simona and I. And, it was important for me to have some balance of life. That was one of the things that we talked about. And that was one of the things he told me right out the gate was, this is a family. We treat each other with whatever. And, it's the balance of life is super important, right? And that was huge for me, because I had never really had that. It was restaurant comes first. Everything else is behind that. Obviously, if someone's sick or in trouble or something like that, then it's, family always comes first. But, it was always, hey, chef called. I need to go in. I'm there. I got to go, and she'd be like, okay, cool. We'll see at your sleeping portal later kind of thing, right? But yeah, I mean, it's, getting to the Valley Ho, knowing that I, had to build a team and kind of get it in the right direction to feel good about it. But, I have the best team now.
Yeah.
So, it's nice to be able to take a Sunday off. And
he's always been really good with
something.
balancing work life and family for the most part. There's obviously
tough.
Yeah.
there's situations where he has to be, but if there's ever like an emergency at home, he's
There was years that were harder than others, right? And like I said, when you're kind of coming up through, and I tell the younger chefs and cooks this a lot, it's like, the guys that put the time in and are there when the duty calls, get the opportunity. It's usually quicker. So that was always my mentality of it. Like, oh, chef needs me tonight, I got to go, right? But when the doors opened,
they know who to call.
They knew who to jump in, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to be ready to move up and move on, and But I worked I lucked out. I worked with some great people, Lee and Bo. And
Go ahead, tell me where you were.
So I came out of school into Royal Palms, 2006 to 2010, with Lee and a bunch of amazing cooks and chefs there. I mean, that was really where I kind of officially cut my teeth, they say, in the cooking world. I cooked a lot through high school and, washed dishes and, did all the things from 14 on. But that was really where I took it serious and wanted to kind of bloom into a chef kind of thing. And then moved over to Sanctuary, worked with Bo. They had just renovated 2010. Table 12 was brand new, and the kitchen was like this, Ferrari kitchen that was just amazing. And felt super blessed to get in there. And again, I put myself in a good position to take executive sous chef about a year in. And Bo and I had such a fun run there, and we built such a great team. And, again, just the culture was everything I wanted we got to do anything with the food we wanted, and big tasting menus and a lot of celebs coming in and out, and it was just like the mecca, in my mind of the place to be, and it was independently owned, and it was just awesome. And then 2017, 16, I started. I went to Bose, and I'm looking to kind of branch out and move up and on, and that was a hard decision because I had such a good thing going at Sanctuary, and but we were having kids, and I never wanted to sit stagnant. I wasn't ready to, mail in as a number 2 guy and stuff like that. So it's just time to move on, and I applied at some spots and didn't get the time of day at the time, but Valley Ho was brought to my attention, and I was like, what a great place to kind of plant my flag and get my legs, legs in the sand and stuff like that. And the ownership there is amazing, and I'd known them for a while, so they were confident in me and that I could do the job and stuff. So it just worked out perfect. And that's just the family stuff now, right?
Well, I grew up in the Valley. You grew up in the Valley,
right?
Do you think of the Hotel Valley Ho and just the history that it has? It's very special to me. When you heard Valley Ho, that you'd be getting a job at Valley Ho, what did you think?
I was happy it was really close to our house.
Yes, proximity is important.
But honestly, I don't think I think the only reason why I ever went to there was to go to Trader Vic's. We loved the Trader Vic's happy hour. It was right there. So Valley Ho was right there. I think that's what brought me in. But Valley Ho, when I did reading about it, just because I was like, okay, what's the story behind this? When I found out that Natalie Wood got married there and Frank Sinatra had been there, I was like, that's really awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. And then for him to be able to be at a place like that and then try to make a name for himself and bring it,
Yeah,
I found pretty early that I needed to get in somewhere that was gonna give me an opportunity.
Yeah.
Right, because that jump from the number 2 role to a number 1 role was hard, and it was hard to get because people want guys with experience, right? So essentially, I don't have any executive chef experience at the time, and so it was perfect.
Yeah.
And now it's I don't think anywhere in the Valley I would want to go. It's independent, still independent, and great ownership, great executive team. We have so much fun together, and I get to do be at home when I need to be at home and have that balance and stuff. So it's just it's perfect for me right now.
And then longevity too. I mean, it's perfect for them to know that they have a chef who wants to plant their flag and be there for the long haul, and then you can train up, your youth in the kitchen as well.
I love that. Yeah. And that's something I really, really take a lot of pride in. It took me a couple of years, but to get the right chefs and the right spots, and then the cooking team below, and it's a balance, right? You can't have all great chefs and then no cooks in the kitchen. So it's how do you? It's like a chess game, right? You need the cooks to make, to be there to do some of the work, and then the chefs do this work, and then execs who has this role, and I have this role, and the dishwashers play just the biggest part, right, to just keep the operation rolling, and so it's just putting it all together, and we've I've lucked out. I work with some amazing cooks and chefs, and it's cool to see them grow and get opportunities and move up, and it's just fun. It's a cool thing to be a part of.
Did you guys just do a refresh over the hotel?
We did a massive hotel room refresh. I think it's the biggest one that any hotel in Scottsdale's done, as far as just renovating wings of the hotel and all the rooms. And I think we just finished phase 2. Phase 3 is getting ready to start, which is the tower, and such a cool Vegas-y style tower if you've never been there. And there's such fun.
I've been there.
I know you have.
People
but I don't know if they have.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's such a cool. The rooms look amazing, and we took all the notes that was being said about this and that, and hey, the lighting here, and the the light switch is hard to turn on, and all the little things, right?
Isn't that funny? Yes. They matter.
Some technology went in, and we can control all the lights and stuff from one central area, and ACs, and so it's energy efficient and stuff like that. And anyway, it's cool. It's cool that ownership did that.
Yeah.
That's just not a normal thing in
that.
a lot of places. But
and you think of the Valley. I think of the Valley Ho because of where it's located in Phoenix, Scottsdale.
Right.
It's off of Indian School in 56ish.
68th.
68th.
Yeah.
And so it's a great little location there that kind of between Phoenix, into Old Town.
Right.
So you have great proximity to things. It would always, when I lived in other cities, it was a place I'd come home for 4th of July. And I always get a room at the Valley Ho, and I'd invite a couple girlfriends, and we just do the little pool party thing at the Valley Ho. So it was always kind of like a coming home thing to me.
Right.
And we mentioned the famous people because I think Marilyn Monroe, didn't she go there?
I think she was one of them, but I'm not positive, so I want to say it.
And I remember hearing that Marilyn Monroe used to hang at that other pool, not the O pool. That was probably too many people.
The little side one.
Yeah, the garden pool.
Yeah, there's so many stories that I get them all like turned up and confused.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I know that we have this whole wall in the hallway in the hotel that has all these different moments that happened at different times.
Yeah.
And I know that at one point it was like this kind of gem in the desert in the middle of nowhere that all these celebs from Hollywood and stuff would come out, and it was like their escape, right? It was like their escape to get away from the public eye and all that, and so who knows what really happened in those times.
The lore is fabulous.
Right? Probably some really good shenanigans.
Now, is shenanigans happening now? Because I imagine you still have famous people stay there.
Yeah.
Are there any famous people that you can drop their names?
I think so. I don't know if that's a thing. During Super Bowl, we had a lot of athletes and that kind of stuff. A lot of like the touring musicians. We see a lot of those guys that play downtown. We had Morgan Wallen there at one point, and
I know one. I was really upset.
Who's that?
Who was it?
Stassi.
What?
Stassi Schroeder from
I don't know who
Vanderpump
that
Rules.
is.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I'm like
I
waiting.
was so upset.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
I wanted to see her.
Stassi, you have to tip her off. Were you not there? You weren't there. You didn't know.
I think I was there, but I don't
No,
know.
I
who
was
that
home with the
is.
kids.
Oh.
I couldn't.
Couldn't zip up.
I zone out when that show comes on.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's a Bravo.
Right.
Is it a housewife show?
Oh yeah.
No, I mean, it was a
Vanderpump?
spin-off.
Is
from,
Vanderpump?
it was Vanderpump's Restaurant. It was her spin-off show,
Oh.
Vanderpump Rules.
And then she's coming to town.
Yeah.
I think
she
she's
has-
opening one,
Yeah,
right?
and at Caesars.
Yes. Well, maybe you'll have your chance.
I know the Bravo world is coming to us. There's no avoiding it.
Sorry, you're going to have to watch Russell.
Oh, boy.
Yay.
Yay.
He can't wait.
Right,
Should
so
we talk
excited.
about the menu at the Valley Ho?
Let's do that.
Let's do a direct turn off of Bravo.
Absolutely.
Because Simona does have an inspired menu item on there.
Yeah, I think her and I always, food has always been just such a huge part of our life in general. Back
where it started.
before kids, obviously we met at culinary school,
Yeah.
but back before kids, it was, hey, where are we going on vacation and where are we going to go eat? Right, those two things
Yes.
always went
The
together.
interests are
hand in hand.
aligned.
Right. So we ate at some really, really awesome restaurants, and one, Alex Strada's place up in Vegas when it was there at the Wynn was probably one of the most iconic, like nostalgic kind of things
Epic.
now for us.
Yeah.
Because we were both young, and I'd never been anything like that, and it was this massive like French stairway and these like 10-foot flower arrangements, and it was just this amazing thing, and the food and the experience was really like, this is what I want to do, and this is what I love, and I had the care they took and the hospitality and the little velvet bench she put her purse on. I mean, it's all the details, right? That I never thought about as at the time in my life, and it really projected me into this other realm of wanting to be a different type of chef and kind of thing. So just really cool kind of thing. But anyway, the salad, a couple of things a lot of things inspire me through the food at the Valley Ho, because it's it's approachable, recognizable, done at a high level. That's kind of like what we always try to stick to there. So anyway, one of the pregnancies, I think it was the first, our son Elliot, she was craving all kinds of random stuff, but she wanted this salad. She kept asking me, she's like, I just want this like salad with all this stuff and like bacon and avocado and tomatoes and cheese and blah, all the things, right?
Sounds
And
delish.
so I just whipped it together, and it's nothing crazy, but this little green goddess dressing. It's kind of like a green goddess, lots of herbs and garlic and whatever, and
Candied
then
bacon.
candy
Oh,
bacon,
Candied
and
for the sweetness.
diced cheddar
Yes.
cheese, and cucumbers, avocado, good gem lettuce.
It's so good.
So that was, right when I started the Valley Ho was when this was all happening. And I'm like, I need like a good signature salad that everybody's going to love and whatever. So that's it. It just kind of came to me in a moment at probably 2 a.m. with a child, rocking a child or something. I don't know, but it's a staple salad. Won't change. Won't ever go away. Valley Ho chopped salad.
And then there's also one from your honeymoon.
Right.
What is that dish?
That's the breakfast fried rice. One of my favorite things on the menu. We were on our honeymoon in Maui. Great little restaurant on the beach called the Gazebo. You wait in this long line outside for about 45 minutes to an hour and a half to get a table. Everything's so like local and fresh, and like we had these coconut macadamia nut French toast, that was like next level, like fresh whipped coconut, whatever, and it was so good. And then I got this like mountain of fried rice with meats and veggies and cabbage and all this great flavor, eggs on top and whatever. And I was like, this is like one of the best breakfasts, and I've never thought about it, but filling but not too filling. I felt great the whole day, and good energy, stuff like that. So I was like, I'm coming back, and immediately told Bo at Sanctuary, I'm like, we got to put this on. Like, I got this idea, and this is what I want to do, and breakfast, and so anyway, so
little pieces of your past,
right?
Like,
and you can see it,
menu.
she sees it still. Like, I'll put a dish on, a new one, and she'll be like, "Oh, I remember when we had something just like that." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, it's little things inspired, right?" Yeah. So anyway,
what's one of his favorite dishes that he makes
on the menu?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I haven't been to have the new menu, so I can't say the new menu, but I hear carpaccio is on it.
She's a big.
I love carpaccio. I always for years I was like, just put it on the menu. Like, I want to come and eat it. So I'm sure that's good. I loved when it was on the Elvis breakfast tacos.
Oh,
it's not like anything crazy. It's just it like satisfies my sweet tooth. I love.
Wait, what is it?
It's like a pancake taco with bananas, bacon, peanut butter, and chocolate drizzle or something, and chocolate chips. Yes. It's just like everything sweet.
Ooh,
and
just like little rum
you have a
sauce.
sweet tooth.
I do.
That.
I mean, I did pastry. Yes. I love sugar. I love sweets.
Do you still bake?
I do.
What do you make?
A lot for my children.
Yeah.
Everything from like pancakes, waffles, French toast, muffins. I do lots of cookies. Lots of cookies.
Did you make that birthday
Protein
cake
balls.
that we were talking about?
No. Who has time for that? I don't have time for that. For like holidays, I made like creme brulee last year. I did like a really delicious creme brulee.
We spend probably 2 days doing like the cookie plate thing, which I'm usually like, I'm gonna just sit over here on the couch support her in it because I'm always wiped out.
No, we work really good together. Like we have, he's on that, I'm on this, and then
I'm usually wiped out though. It's right
for
around the holidays. I'm tired. I'm like, it's been just a long run for a month, and I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, let's do cookies all day today.
But it's fun. We put on Christmas music. We'll get when
it is fun.
The kids sometimes will get involved and start decorating the cookies with the frosting, but then I'm like OCD. I'm like, no, ugly.
It's so creative. It's interpretive.
And I was like, I need to make this
abstract.
Perfect.
It's the abstract approach.
But no, I think those are some of my, and I'm Jewish, so Christmas was never a thing for me, but I feel like bringing in all these things, I get excited for Christmas and the holidays, and to do those things and make our own traditions, because I never had those, so it's nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the tradition is nice.
Yes.
Which I guess I need to bring up the tradition of how many Thanksgivings have we spent together
I know.
with my family? Probably about 4 or 5, because I always work Thanksgiving, and my sister always goes out of town with her in-laws, and mom and dad and I would come to the 11 a.m., the first serving of Thanksgiving at the Valley Ho.
It kind of kicked off the whole day.
Oh my God.
The whole day. Tone is set when
Yes.
Jamie and her mom and dad show up. It was the best.
You're always so kind to us, and
thank
you
you.
make them feel so welcome. And you make my parents feel like VIPs, and I appreciate that.
They're the best.
Yeah,
Serrata
they're the
chocolate.
best.
We took our, obviously took the kids down for their birthday parties down there, and such a cool place.
Well, it's fun to just kind of be part of the community.
Right.
And especially as a couple local girls. I love the Valley Ho. We go to the Valley Ho, we get to see Chef Russell and with my mom and dad, and just kind of that the hotel is creating these experiences
Right.
for both locals and people who are visiting, getting their first impression
Right.
of Scottsdale
Right.
and what it's about.
And that's 100%, I think, what I've learned over the years in Valley Ho and other places, that, this is a business of creating memories, creating experiences. And if you can figure out how to do that, people come back. People like to, want to come spend that and have those longer experiences. And, hey, we did this last year and it was so much fun. Let's do it again. And, and I think when you realize that in hospitality, it's kind of a crowning moment, right? Because if you look at it that way, that if this person leaves super happy and excited and they're going to go tell 15 people that, and then those 15 people are all going to come and be like, well, I want that experience too, so I want to come try that, right? And so it's just kind of touching everybody, right?
I mean, think about the guy who's going to go to Maui on his honeymoon and say, this breakfast is just like what I had at Chef Russell's.
Right. Like, I heard about the gazebo. I got to go, right? And
Go wait in line.
Yeah, go wait in line.
Right.
You could probably make a rezzo over at Zuzu.
Right.
And when I think about Zuzu, you also had that really cool special room, that Rose room. Tell me about that room.
Yeah, Rosie room. So we renovated in 2019. We realized that the restaurant needed some, such a great space that fit the vibe. And so we didn't want to lose that, but we wanted to just modernize it up a little bit and kind of refresh it, right? And so we did this little refresh, and we realized that right behind one of the back walls is this room that doesn't get used. It was like a storage closet room. And, again, our ownership is just amazing. And we brought up the idea of hey, why don't we, and we were looking to put a PDR in somewhere, a private dining room somewhere that we could sell to groups and guests. And, everybody's looking for that, business groups and stuff. So we wanted to have something, and it's just such a unique space that it's hard to find. We couldn't really add that anywhere, right? But we realized that it was there, and we created the Rosie Room. So if it's about 16 or 18 people, anything from kids' birthday parties to business lunches to, high-end tasting menus. And it's this really kind of old, this funky pink walls and vibe. It's really cool inside there. It's like gold and pink and this big wood table and kind of a secret door to get in and stuff. So it's kind of hidden back there.
You only know if you know.
Right. And Rosie is the ownership's mother. She would cook a lot for the family. And that's really where Zuzu came from, was they called her Zuzu.
Oh,
Zuzu.
that was her her grandma nickname.
Exactly. And when the restaurant became Zuzu in 2005, it sounds like 9 or 5.
We don't do math here.
Right.
We never do live math.
They called it that because they wanted it to be, the local spot where people went and felt like they were at home.
Yeah.
Right. So that was kind of the vibe that they were running for. And then so Rosie Room was just kind of it's her room in a sense. Right. Very cool.
As a chef, what do you think Russell just nails? You would suggest on the menu for someone who's going in?
Gosh, I mean, we were just talking about that and what would be his style, but he's so eclectic, he's so versatile. He just cooks everything so well. But I do love the Asian inspired dishes. He's really good at that. But also pasta.
Ooh, pasta. Yes. Yum.
Yes, but the battle in our house is he likes the red sauce. I like the creamier sauce.
Oh.
Right.
But they're both delicious. Yeah. But he's really good at. He's good at everything. But I like the Asian and Italian.
Yeah.
Right.
You do
and
pasta bar, which
how he makes it unique.
Yeah.
He makes everything a little unique.
Right.
It's always crazy how he can just whip up something, and it's so. It's beautifully presented, which our kids don't appreciate. But I'm how did you just whip that up so fast?
Presentation is such a big deal.
Yeah.
Right.
Coming out of the holidays where you're asked to bring things. I can go buy the thing. Now I have to present it?
Right. You have to put it on a plate?
Yeah, there was a whole fiasco with a Friendsgiving, and I had a beautiful thing of potatoes, but I don't know what to do with them, so I show it in my potatoes, and I don't know what to do. So the presentation, the plating, what kind of tips can you give us if we're thinking about we want more hospitality in our life?
For a someone that struggles with it, right? go follow some people on Instagram. There's so much happening on social media. It'll give you some ideas, and not that you want to steal someone else's idea in the sense, but it's just there's so much happening there, and if you get into the right little channel of food on your thing, but again, they say you eat with your eyes and you eat with your senses and stuff, and that's very true, right? So think about your colors, think about texture, think about all that kind of stuff. Sometimes just a little bit of chopped chive on a dish will just bring out everything else, right? Or
Pinterest.
Yes,
a little drop here and a little drop there of this. But at the end of the day, we live at the Valley Ho in a sense of first things first is the taste, right? We can work with the colors and the scheme and make things look nice, but if it tastes good, you're gonna win.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. And a lot of restaurants will go the other way, where it's like, well, it has to look a certain way, and then you've lost kind of the
trust,
the heat component, or it's not hot enough, or it's the balance is weird, or you've manipulated it too much, so now it's just something's off or whatever. But I don't know. That's the way my style is. Flavor always comes first. Food, obviously the look is right there with it and stuff. But I want people to get their food and it's like steaming hot, and like that to me, like when I go get a bowl of pasta and I crack into it with my fork and it pours steam out, I'm happy. I'm like, this is the way you got to do it, right?
Yeah.
But if you get it, it's like, it's not, it's too thick because it's not hot enough, and it's sat too long and it's dry and blah blah blah, right? So I don't know, nitpicky.
Well, you're a chef, professional chef.
She's
That's
pickier than
detail
me.
oriented.
Right.
I'm
If-
his worst critic.
Are you? You're a tough critic?
I mean, I'm just honest because he needs that.
Yeah.
Her favorite thing to say is, "Oh, this is very flavorful," and I'm like, I know what that means.
That's very nice.
It's not
A nice way.
right.
Uh-oh.
It's very flavorful.
Is that
right?
good or bad?
It's usually not great.
Yeah, I'm getting that
It's
vibe.
not very, yeah.
It's a very nice. Instead of saying
I'm like, how is it? She goes, it's very flavorful.
Yes.
And I'm like,
I mean,
okay,
you are
well,
getting
you
honest
can just say-
feedback.
right.
That is a good person to
It's
have
the
by your
best.
side. Yes, for
Yeah.
sure. So when you guys somehow the stars align, you have no plans on a Saturday night. The kids have something else to do.
Right.
It's the two of you. You want to hang out. Where are you going? What are you doing?
To bed. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's one of the things. It's finding a new restaurant. Like we just checked out Catch just recently. It's a beautiful place right in
good.
Scottsdale. It's going to a show. We're both like big comedy show people, so that's exciting and fun. It's a quick trip to Vegas. Maybe we used to do that a lot before kids, and that
For the
was
food.
go grab
Food
a
adventure.
restaurant, show, a little gambling, a little fun time and whatever, and we come back, right? But
Our staples
I don't
here,
know. Staples, what?
Yeah.
like our restaurant staples,
Right.
there's a list of good restaurants here.
Right.
Like what?
We love Americano. Shout
Yeah.
out, Bo.
Yes, of course.
right. It's a great one to go get dinner, and then you tell your friends down below, and
yes.
just have that kind of
Which also
experience.
was a storage space. So
It
I
was.
always love how the
Right.
entrepreneurs find ways to create these.
And that's the bar scene
Experiences
kills
that
it.
are
Like that.
yeah.
You find those little hole in the
Nooks.
wall that's hard to
Yeah.
get down or whatever.
Now it's like Great Gatsby. What about the kids? The kids, you have all three kids. You're going to dinner. Where are you going?
with them.
With the kids?
Yeah.
The Valley Ho.
Nice.
Yes.
They're picky and they're all different ages. So the little one doesn't, so it's like Zips. I
Yeah,
love Zips.
hey, Zips always
a good,
plays
That's where he takes the kids.
yeah.
That's not for
Where are
me.
you going?
We go like BJ's. It's like
Oh, yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's
Right.
close
Pizza.
to us.
Mhm.
Cheesecake Factory. Just
Yeah.
places that are
pizza, a
Good
lot of
for-
times just staying home, ordering pizza
Yeah,
and
for
like
sure.
getting the kids in front of, big couch, blankets, watching movies. We built a fort the other week and, that was fun for the boys and stuff, and then popcorn. And so I don't know. As I guess as I get older, I'm turning into more of a homebody. I like being at home. I spend a lot of time at work and, stuff. And it's,
Yeah, well, all
it's
your
just-
favorite people are at home.
Right. It's
You
like
know,
I
it's
don't
nice
have
to
to
be there.
feel like I gotta impress anyone. I'm just like there and enjoying the time with my family and my kids. And
I bring the kids to the Ho when
Yeah.
he's
Right.
working
Yeah.
sometimes
Right.
for
Yeah,
a
for
special. When they had the milkshakes.
Oh, yes. I mean, you
Now they
had
have the
to.
cake.
Oh.
yeah, so we switched gears. We stopped the shakes about 6 months ago.
Okay.
It was time for refresh,
Yeah.
I think. We had a lot of people doing shakes in the valley and stuff. And, we had such a run with it. But coming up with a new one every month for like 7.5 years.
Oh my God. I remember
Was
when
starting
you
to
guys
become like,
Yeah,
it was
a lot.
becoming a
What
chore.
on
Like, oh my God, what are we going to do? And my pastry chef, Maria, she's amazing at what she does. She came to me and we talked about a couple ideas, and it probably took us a year to come up with something that was going to replace it, right? Because
Yeah.
we knew it had a following and stuff. So we came up with what we called the grand finale, which is a 4-inch cake that's themed each month. Kind of the same style, but we changed the theme, and it's got a big scoop of ice cream on top. And so for Halloween, we did one that's all, it had this like purple and green, like slime covered, pour at the table with a big sparkler and thing. And, Christmas has the tree and that whole vibe, and like powdered sugar at the table. And, so again, in the spirit of the Valley Ho and kind of, just having fun with food, we're doing this grand finale thing. So
All right.
coming into the New Year's.
So we have our orders. We're going to get the breakfast. Is it fried rice?
Breakfast fried rice.
The Simona chopped salad.
Yep.
And then
Valley
the
Ho
grand
chopped
finale.
salad, and then the grand finale.
Thank you guys so much for being with me and sharing
my
your
God,
story.
thank you.
Great to
Appreciate
see you
you.
guys.
You
Go
too.
visit the Valley Ho.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Jamie's Local Love, the podcast. I'm your host, Jamie Soretta. Do you know a business worthy of some local love? Email me at jsoretta@azfamily.com. Follow us at facebook.com/Soretta and Instagram @SorettaNews. Make sure to subscribe and give us a 5-star review, please. And tell your friends about the podcast and the businesses we feature to show your local love. You can find us on Apple, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, and anywhere you get your podcasts.
Jamie's Local Love, an Arizona's Family Originals podcast.